The Revelation, chapter 1. The revelation of which God gave unto him, to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bare record of the word of God, and of the testimony of God, and of all things he saw. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. John to the 7 churches which are in Asia, grace be unto you, and peace from him which is, and which was, and which is to come, and from the 7 spirits which are before his throne, and from who is the faithful witness, and the first begotten of the dead, and the prince of the kings of the earth, unto him that loved us and washed us.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, whom rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his words in truth and in sincerity across the 4 winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, and what I want to get into, is going to a lesson entitled The Unwalled Villages, and just put an emphasis on Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, verses 10 and 11, as we've been going into these things as of late. And just to expound, on how this prophecy is describing a real-time scenario that's happening as these nations are preparing for war. Okay, as we see, these conflicts are continuing. There's always some type of skirmish, some type of, missile strike, and what we have to understand, is that these prophecies, okay, are describing real-time scenarios. Okay, and when we go into these things, it just shows that he is. All right, it shows that Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, that he is. Okay, and he spoke on these things, and not only did the Lord, show our forefathers visions, okay, and not only did he send angels to expound, okay, on particular visions, okay, he went into detail, okay, he went into specifics. All right, so we're gonna do that, and just to show, all right, that he is, man. This is Ezekiel 38 and 9. It says, so like 38 and 10. It said, "Thus saith the Lord, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought." Now, this is speaking, all right, to God, which represents Russia. All right, and in this chapter, God, would accumulate allies, mainly Iran and Turkey, some heavy hitting allies, as long as with other, smaller countries, would link themselves with Russia, okay, and become an ally against the West. And what we have to understand, all right, right now you have the EU, the small hats, all right, the IDF, all right, the Israelis, and America, all right, which represent the West. And pretty much, there's the opposition, from the east, with Russia being the chief. Okay, the scriptures say the chief prince, the leader, okay, of this conglomerate of nations, these allies of nations against the West. And according to prophecy, eventually EU is going to turn, okay, on America. And it's going to be America and the small heads isolated in this war. All right, and they're going to get obliterated. America is going to be completely destroyed, turned into a desert. Okay, America is a lake of fire in prophecy, and the land of Israel is going to be devastated from war. It's going to be obliterated, but the only difference is the land of Israel will be rebuilt and inhabited by its true people. Because this whole war is one of the purpose of this war is to clear that land out. All right, to cleanse it with that fire, to prepare it for its true people. Okay, so here it is. The Lord's pretty much giving instructions. See, this is a command. See, when we read prophecy and you deal with the certain players, okay, certain, characters in the Lord's movie, and these prophecies are giving demands to certain characters in the movie. All right, and Russia is a character that plays a major part in the destruction, okay, that World War III is going to bring and ending this beast system. Okay, so the Lord said He will put an evil thought, okay, will come into their mind. All right, you read in NLT, it says at that time evil thoughts will come to your mind and you will devise a wicked scheme. Okay, because it's the Lord. See, the elites, they play both sides of the war. Okay, but it's the Lord that controls them. And then there's certain, these nations that are under the elites where the Lord can put an evil thought in their mind to go off script from the elites, but be on script for Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. Okay? Verse 11, it says, and thou, all right, shall say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. Okay, and this is speaking of the current land of Israel. Okay, and it's called unwalled because it's unprotected. Okay, from enemy capabilities, man. Okay, the Iron Dome is insufficient. Okay, when it comes to protecting, all right, that land. So it's like it's an unwalled village. That the Iron Dome was using those American, Patriot, missile defense system, okay, are pretty much, what's the word? They're insufficient, okay, for protecting that land, okay, from these major, all right, missile strikes that's coming. Okay, and it's been shown that they can't even, stop, particular things from Hezbollah, from Yemen, Iran showed that they can get through it. Okay, and what I want to do, okay, we'll read this in the NLT, and then we're gonna go to a video with Scott Ritter. He's kind of explaining, the insufficiency of the Iron Dome. Okay, let you know that this prophecy is speaking of real-time scenarios right now. Ezekiel 38:11 says, you will say Israel, all right, is an unprotected land filled with unwalled villages. I will march against her and destroy those people who live in such confidence, man. Okay, because these small hats, are just so confident that they have, the Mossad, which is, the equivalent of the American CIA, okay, and all their technology, and they got the ups, on these Arab nations, and Iran, they have, the best technology, that they get from America, okay, and they've been dwelling, in this confidence, man, okay, that they'll never just be ambushed, by these nations. You see, and that's why they so boldly kill certain leaders and captains and just do airstrikes and, just blow civilians to hell and back, because they're confident that no one is going to do anything serious against them. Okay? And that's what the Lord wants them to be proud. All right? So let's go here. So let's play this. He's going to expound on some things, and I got one more precept, and we'll wrap it up. Just wanted to touch on this.
Missiles that were launched, second grade ones, were to, as it were, draw the anti-missile fire. To exhaust it, it's very expensive. It's in rather short supply. And then to, as a coup de grace, if you like, deliver the ballistic missiles, which were not stopped, were not interdicted, were able to land on their target, the airbase in the Negev. Have I got that right? And can you help further explain?
Certainly. First first of all, let's just point out the reality that Iran started this attack by launching the slowest, loudest weapons in its arsenal, the Shahed drones. And they did that because they were sending a signal to Israel, the United States, and everybody, we're attacking Israel. Now, if they were looking to carry out, a lethal attack, why announce it 5 hours in advance? Why give Israel a chance to withdraw its high-valued assets from bases that are vulnerable? Why give the United States, Great Britain, and France a chance to move resources up, ships, airplanes over Jordan to intercept these missiles? Iran was saying, here we come, shoot us down. And they did. They came out and they shot the drones down. Now, Iran launched.
So basically, when you go back to that strike, that Iran did directly on the land of Israel, they announced what they was going to do, so those small hats had time to move particular assets, French and American and British troops, and British forces, was able to scramble and get down and help with missile defense systems. So Iran pretty much allowed them to build up, some type of fortification, okay, some type of aerial fortification for what was to come. And if Iran didn't announce this, Iran could have destroyed all type of fighter jets. Okay, they could have destroyed a lot of soldiers. Okay, and the small hats know this. That's why they tiptoe with Iran. Yeah, they kill a leader every now and then, but it's thousands of them niggas. Okay, they can play their role. Tens of thousands of men that can play their role of a captain or a general. Okay, so and them killing these certain leaders is hopes that they'll decapitate, okay, the Iranian, okay, military doctrine, but it doesn't. Okay, because why? Prophecy is at play. Okay, so Iran could do a lot of damage. And the small hats know this. That's why, they tread lightly. Okay, yeah, they do certain assassinations and this and that. Okay, but they don't get carried away. They don't do Iran like they doing Hamas. You don't see them over there in Iran just going haywire. No. Okay. So Iran, allowed them to remove particular assets, all right, before they did the strike, and they were just showing off their capability, okay, and it was a small strike package that they sent over there compared to what they could do and do it repeatedly all day, which he's going to get into, but just to expound on that, all right.
Tens of millions of dollars worth of drones. The United States and Israel spent billions of dollars shooting them down. This is a financial equation that's unsustainable, and that was one of the points that Iran was making, is you can't afford this kind of war. Then they sent in cruise missiles that, combined with the drones, defined the initial phase of the air defense reaction. Not only the air defense, the airplanes, but once they penetrated the airplanes, the Iron Dome started engaging. And they brought in missiles at a higher level so that the Arrow systems and the Patriots started to engage. And they defined the radar. They defined how Israel's locking in on the targets. And then they did three things. And this is where it gets iffy. I have to be honest, George, it's very early and there's incomplete information.
And also they was collecting intel about how the Iron Dome works. The speed of the, the projectiles, okay, the altitude, because they were sending, all right, drones at different heights, okay, to kind of see the altitude, okay, of those projectiles, So this was also, intel gathering, strike as well. And guess what? If Iran got that intel, Hezbollah got that intel, Russia got that intel, China got that intel, Turkey got that intel of how this Iron Dome works. Okay? So they're only going to be more sufficient, all right? They're going to be more efficient next time when they go down, when it's the real deal. Okay? When they put some thump okay, on them ballistics, because them was low yield, warheads that they put on them, okay, and then they was conventional, they wasn't, okay, nuclear, okay. So yeah, man, this is all playing into prophecy, man, okay, which these small hats are unwalled, they're sitting ducks, okay, for when this thing goes down. All right.
Information out there, but my understanding is that Iran used 3 types of ballistic missiles. One ballistic missile, it's a very clever missile. It uses a warhead that separates and then burst fires a bunch of decoys out there that appear to be specifically designed to absorb Iron Dome missiles. So remember, the Iron Dome is tracking a target. You fire these decoy bursts, and so the Iron Dome says, aha, we have now 25 targets, and they fire 25 interceptors. Meanwhile, smaller warheads, maneuverable, burst through those interceptors and go down and hit the Israeli air defense systems. And that appears to be the case. I was looking at some video where you see this taking place, the shotgun effect of these bomblets, the Iron Dome responding and then coming in, and they hit the air defense system. So they're showing the Israelis how we're going to take you out. The next thing that you see is they have these missiles coming in where you see the warhead separating from the missile body. And then there's a booster engine on the warhead that drives it down into the ground at high speed, blowing away any radar intercept, any ability to intercept, hitting the target. And what this does is it clears the space. They clear air defense. And the final thing are these heavy warheads that come off of the heavy missiles that hit the runways and blew the big craters in them. This was a 3-layered ballistic missile attack that was specifically designed by the Iranians to destroy Israeli air defense, to clear the way, to take out air defense, and then to show that we can put the big warheads on the target anywhere in Israel we want to. And this was successful, and the beauty of this is they didn't.
We can put the big warheads in Israel anywhere we want to. Unwalled villages. Okay, small hats can't do nothing, even with the help of EU nations in America. They couldn't do nothing to stop this small strike package. Okay, those few hundred, drones and several dozen ballistic missiles. Iran, all right, can do that all day, all right, times 100. Where there's thousands of drones, where there's thousands, tens of thousands of drones and thousands of ballistic missiles coming behind them. Okay, small hats know this. America knows this. Okay, a lot of stuff that they be doing with Iran, it really be to save face, to make it seem like they still have, the dominance. But they know, all right, that there's a problem. Okay, they know that the Iron Dome is not, all right, sufficient, okay, to protect them in a full scale, all right, conflict. Okay, and the Lord set it up that way.
Use their best missiles, all 3, with the exception one of these missiles is rather new, but it's not the hypersonic missile. Israel didn't use their hypersonic missile. And Israel has lots of these missiles. This was just a single strike package. Iran has several strike packages just like this held in reserve that they have for Dimona, that they have for the Kiryat in Tel Aviv, that they have for other air bases. Iran can repeat this process all day long, and what they showed Israel is, this is what we can do. And I can guarantee you there's people like me right now who wear uniform or intelligence officers doing the exact same analysis they're doing, and they're writing big critical reports up the chain of command saying, stop all nonsense, we can't win this war. It's over, guys, stop it. We have no defense here. If Iran wants to come in, we are powerless. This thing will escalate out of control. Make it stop now, which is why Joe Biden was on the phone with the G7.
We have no defense. All right, so you see how prophecy is happening in real time. This deal with real life. Okay, this is why there's emphasis on prophesying, man. Okay, So let's read this in Ezekiel 38 and 11 again. It says, "You will say, Israel is an unprotected land, filled with unwalled villages. I will march against her and destroy these people who live in such confidence." Now, let's get this in I believe it's Zephaniah 2, where it speaks about the destruction of that land. Okay. When you go to Zephaniah, this is Zephaniah 2 and 4. And it says, "For Gaza shall be forsaken, and Ashkelon a desolation. They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted out." And these are all right, regions of the land of Israel. Okay, you go to Gaza, which we already know. That's in the news. Okay, another name for Gaza City. All right, of the Philistines, located in the extreme southwest of Palestine, close to the Mediterranean. Okay, which that's where you have the conflict with them and Hamas. All right, Ashkelon. All right, it says the fire of infamy. Woo, I shall be weighed. You know, infamy is going to be famous, for wickedness, man. All right, I shall be weighed. It says a maritime city of the Philistines, southwest of Jerusalem. Okay, so these are lands prophesied to be destroyed. Ashdod goes into powerful, which there is going to be powerful weaponry. Okay, so that major Philistine city of the Mediterranean Sea, all right, west from Jerusalem, modern Ashdod. Okay, so just to show Ekron, all right, immigration, all right, or torn up by the roots. Okay, and you people finna be uprooted. You imposters are about to be uprooted. Okay, it said the most northerly of the 5 principal cities of the Philistines, located in the lowlands of Judah and later given to Dan, man. So these are all regions in that land that are prophesied to be destroyed. Okay, this is what's happening. You see, and we're seeing it play out real time. And America is going to be unwalled against, the onslaught of, Russia and its allies. All right, just to prove that. You say the small hats and the Americans are going to get the worst of this third world war. And just to prove that because America used the same missile defense system that the Iron Dome consists of. All right, which is trash. All right, and I do mean trash. This is Jeremiah 50 and 14. Said, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon, round about, all ye that bend the bow, everyone that has nuclear capability that can reach America. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. She shout against her round about. She have given her hand." Okay, and that's why you see there's nothing but dialogue of, all right, nuclear war against America, man. Okay, that's the nation shouting, all right, against her, man. Okay, it says her foundations are falling, her walls are thrown down. America's gonna be defenseless as well. Okay, because America is gonna have to intervene for these small hats. And they're going to get their work too. Okay? You want some too, old man? Alright? It says her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. Take vengeance upon her as she have done, do unto her. Okay? And America has been pulverizing, okay, the earth with her military. Now the earth is going to pulverize her. Okay? And them small hats, all right, I'm gonna get their work too, man. Okay, so yeah, man, just wanted to go into that and just show, all right, that prophecy playing out real time. So Lord will you brothers and you sisters edify till next time I say shalom.